Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave, and today we're going to do a playthrough of Title Bout II, in fact. Here's the rule book. This is version 4.0, which you can download from Straight Jab Media, from their website. You can download this. In fact, you can download all of this from there, but you do have to go out and buy the cards. But these are all their updated tables that I'm using. One thing that I got out of the rules, and I went ahead and just typed it up real quick, is their control factor conversion chart, because I didn't want to have to keep looking at the rules. This is so that you can do the conversion. It's one of the advanced rules, and we will be playing with a couple of the advanced optional rules. One of them is the missed punches that goes against a fighter's endurance. So if you have a fighter that misses a lot of punches, he's going to wear out quicker than a fighter that doesn't. So we have that going. If I think of some other ones while we're playing, I'll remind you. I'll try to pull up charts here that you can see. I'm going to sit down while I'm playing because it's easier for me to do that. Hopefully I'll raise a card up if I think you need to see something. We're fighting in the heavyweight division. These are the new updated heavyweight cards. As you can see, we got Donovan Ruddock. He is a heavyweight. He's a 9, a slugger, and a right-hander. And he's going against Oleksandr Usyk, heavyweight. He's an 8, slugger, and he's a left-hander. And this is Oleksandr the Cat. He's from Simferopol, Ukraine, and he fought from 2013 to 2024. In fact, he's probably still fighting today. Whereas Ruddock is from St. Catherine Parish, Jamaica, and he fought from 1982 to 2015. So there actually is a possibility these two could have crossed paths at the end of his and the beginning of his career, but we're fighting them both in the prime. Okay, here's one of the optional rules, the left-handed fighter. So if you have a orthodox fighter, that's a right-hander, fighting a southpaw, that's a left-hander, it actually affects the orthodox fighter because they don't run into these southpaws all that often, and it throws them off a little bit. So per the rules, for the first 5 rounds, Ruddock loses 1 to his control factor. Now normally they would both be fighting against, they're both sluggers, so control factor against a slugger is a 10 and against a slugger is a 10, so they'd be 10 to 10, but they're starting as 10 to 9. The other thing that we need to know starting the fight off is who's the aggressor. Well, they're both an 8, so nobody's more aggressive. So the next thing we do is go by the rating of the fighter. Well, he's a 9, he's an 8, so he'll start every round looking for control. Okay, the other thing that I have, I actually have here to the left, is, I'll get this first one up, is the boxing action cards. These come in a deck of 100, and then you shuffle the deck, and then you split them, and you get them both so there's 50 cards. That's the timing for the round. I have 2 of these decks. The trick with that is you can never mix the 2 decks. You got to keep them separate all the time, because if you mix them, then you throw everything off that's built into the game for the statistics and stuff, okay? So don't mix them if you buy more than 1 deck. So I'll be able to play 4 rounds before we have to shuffle again, before I pause the video and we have to shuffle. I will shuffle this just so that we know that I didn't pre-stage anything, that I wouldn't do that anyway. I flipped this one upside down because I like to flip this way. And it comes right down here between the fighters. The blue corner is Ruddock. The red corner is Usyk. We have their scoring tracking here, the cut chart, the foul tables, corner man doctor tables. We won't use that one very much. And then over here on the left is the knockdown knockout tables. We'll get that. Oh, another thing, for Razor, he has a hit power of 10, And his counter punch defense is really what they call. He misses punches from 33 to 48. He is a 45 to 48, means that Usyk can take a counter punch at him. His KD1, which is the ability for him to get knocked down, is a 3. His defense is a positive 2, which adds 2 to the punches landed for Usyk. Usyk's hitting power is a 7. His counter punch number is 44 to 48. His KD1 is 1, so he's very difficult to knock down. And even harder to knock out, he's a 0. So he's got a great chin. So we'll just see what happens. All right, I think we're ready. I've got my scorecard printed off. Usually if I'm working on the computer, I just enter it in the computer, but I'm doing it on paper, so I print it off. I'll make notes as I go, keep the score. But you can see Ruddock is a control factor of 9, hitting power of 10, punches landed 32, aggressive 8, KD1 3. In his counter punching ability, he adds 5 to his base punches landed without any defense added to it, and that's how well he has a chance to land a counter punch. Usyk starts as a 10, hitting power 7, punches land 32, aggressive 8, KD1 1, and he's a 5. Ruddock's an endurance of 90, and Usyk's a 95. I have a little conversion calculator down here. I plug in off their card what it is, and based on the rounds, I did not write down the right number. This should be and this should be okay. God, I'm glad I went through that. That's for a 12-round fight. What's on their card. You do I have a little formula. It calculates this. So they start at 72 and 76 for a 10-round bout. And if they were fighting 15 rounds, they'd be at 117, 124. So it does all that. Okay, I think we're ready to get going. Hopefully you'll be able to see everything. I will call it out. So again, we're starting with Razor Ruddock, and he has to establish control. Remember, his control factor is a 9. We check his control factor number. That's a 12. So he does not get control. Now we check Usyk. He gets a 10. So Usyk does get control. Usyk has control. We do the random number. It's a 44. And the 44 was a missed punch. And that is a counter punch now by Ruddock. So Ruddock's counter punch is 1 to 32. And plus 5 for his counter punch number, so he's 1 to 37. So we look at the random number. It's a 53. He missed the punch. Okay, and Usyk actually missed that punch. Well, we marked that down. Okay, Usyk is still in control. He stays in control. And now he does a 43, which is a missed punch, but he does not get a counter punch thrown. Okay, Usyk stays in control, and he gets a 3. Oh, it is a power shot. Okay, the way that works is his hitting power is a 7. Anytime he gets a random number that's 7 or less, he lands the power shot. Now we're going to go to the title bout knockdown table. Okay, first we have to see Ruddock is a 3 on his KD1. So the first KD number we're going to pull is a 3. This is the KD. So we check the table 3 on 3. Okay, this isn't. This is just a 3 on 3 is a 4. So Usyk scores. A 4 is a clean shot that got his opponent's attention. He scores 4 points. So he scores 4. Okay, Usyk loses control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk gets control. So Usyk's back in control. Usyk, 33. He missed the punch. Remember, his punches landed are 32. That's his third missed punch. Usyk loses control. Ruddock, foul, possible foul. We check the foul, and the foul's at 23. That is no foul. Okay, so he did not get a foul. All right. Ruddock loses control. Usyk, 75 is ring movement. So now we check ring movement. The fighters stay in the ring center. All right. Usyk gets control. Usyk, 20, he lands a punch. And the punch he lands is a 41. And we check that on his card. And a 41 is a cross, and it is worth I just looked at that. This first column is 3-point punches. This column is 2-point punches. He lands that for a 3-point punch. So he goes from 4 to 7. Okay, Usyk stays in control. And Usyk, 25, he lands another punch. And this one is, it's a 30 and a cut possible. So the 30 is a 2-point hook. We score the 2. Now we check for the cut. Okay, the way we do this is we look at the fighter that got hit. His cut number is a 2. We're going to add that to the random number that we draw, and we look on this cut chart. 48 makes that a 50. And a 50, 1 to 56 is no cut or swelling, so no cut. All right. Usyk loses control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk, he's back in control again. So Usyk is really controlling this first round. He gets a 70, and the 70 is ring movement. And they stay in ring center. All right. Usyk gets control. Usyk, a 51. A 51 is clinching, so he clinches. And he loses control. All right, Ruddock lands a punch. So he finally gets a shot. It's a 51 and a possible cut. 51 for Ruddock is a 2-point cross. He scores the cross. And Usyk's cut number is a 1. We add 1 to this. It's a foul, so it counts as a no cut. Okay, we don't keep drawing. That's it. All right, Ruddock, no control. Usyk, he gets control. And Usyk, 29, he lands another punch. Usyk lands a 77, and a 77 is a 2-point uppercut. He's up to 11. Usyk loses control. Ruddock, he gets control. Ruddock, possible foul. Okay, we check the foul number. It's a 37. That is, Ruddock is a B on his foul rating, so 1 to 64, it's just a caution to keep it clean. Ruddock gets control. Ruddock lands a punch. This one is a 50 and another possible cut. A 50 is another 2-point cross. He checks him for a cut. He is a 1 on 72. He got something this time. He's got a 73 on the cut number. Usyk on a 73, minor swelling over the right eye. Partially reduces vision, +2 to defense. Okay, so, and it has a damage of 3. So we give the damage of 3, and we're going to make a note down here. 73 swelling right eye. Okay, I'll show you what I did here. Okay, and we said partially reduced his vision, +2 to defense. This happens immediately. So he gets a +2 on his defense. So Ruddock goes up to a 34 on his punches landed now. So here on the scorecard, we mark down that he took a damage because it's going to add up. If it gets up to 10, they start looking at stopping the fight. We put the note to know which one in case it happens again. It doesn't always happen. And we see that he gets a, his punches landed went up to 34. All right. Okay, so that's where we're at. Ruddock, last card, he gets control, the bell rings. All right, so where are we at? We're at 11 to 4 on the points. So here, 7-15, high score wins the round. So Ruddock is at 9. It's a 10-point must system for the scoring. Usyk wins that round 10-9. And then we check. He scored 4 points, and Usyk had 3 misses. That puts 7 against his endurance. So we take that off of 76, reduces him down to 69. Then for Ruddock, he had no missed punches, but he scored 11 against him. So we put 11 here, and we take that off of the 72. It takes him down to 61. So now we have their endurance, where they're at, and then we fill out our card again. 9, 10, 34, 8, 3, and 5. He's a 10, 7, 32, 8, 1, and a 5. The other thing I did, I put a line right here on at the bottom of round 5. That's to remind me to bring his control factor back up, based on he gets used to fighting with this left-hander. Okay, we don't have to do anything else with this deck, so we set it off to the side. We zero out our scorecard, and here we go. It's time for round 2. All right, we'll give the cards a quick shuffle. Boop. One more time because of that card. All right, here we go. And we're ready. Round 2, the bell rings. Fighters are up. And Ruddock's looking for control. He does not get control. Usyk does not get control. Now, what this simulates in the fight is that the fighters are jockeying for position. Nothing's really happening yet. They're trying to feel each other out, see who can get some control here. Ruddock, he gets control. And Ruddock, 17, he lands a punch. And that punch is a 4. And a 4 is a 2-point jab. All right, Ruddock, he stays in control. And 80, he does ring movement, and he moves to the ring center. So they stay in the center of the ring. All right, Ruddock loses control. Usyk, he gets control. And Usyk gets a 31. He lands the punch. And that punch is a 28. And a 28 for him is a 2-point hook. All right, Usyk loses control. Ruddock does ring movement with a 74. That is, stays in the ring center. Ruddock loses control. Usyk gets control. So Usyk's back in control. A 47. He missed the punch. And Donovan attempts a counterpunch. He needs a 5 plus 32 is 37. He gets a 32. He lands the punch. Okay, so he lands the punch. It's a 44 and a possible cut. So a 44 is a 2-point cross, and they check for the cut. This is +1 on 42's 43, no cut. Okay, so the cut happened, but the control is still, and the counterpunch happened, the control still lies with Usyk. So he stays in control. He lands a punch. And it is an 80. And an 80 is a 2-point uppercut. Usyk stays in control. Usyk, 76. He's going to do ring movement. He stays in ring center. Okay. Usyk, he loses control. Ruddock, 79. He's doing ring movement. Stays in ring center. So they're staying in the middle of the ring, toe-to-toe. Ruddock loses control. All right. Usyk, possible foul. His foul rating is a B. 27, that is no foul. Usyk loses control. Razor Ruddock, 45. He missed the punch. And Usyk attempts a counterpunch. His is 30 plus 5. So 1 to 35, it's a 30. He lands the counterpunch. And it is a 64. And a 64 is a 2-point combination. Okay. But he has to score a 5-point or higher punch to wrest control away from Ruddock with a counterpunch. He did not do that. Ruddock loses control. Usyk, 35. He missed the punch. Usyk stays in control. Usyk. Oh, he lands the power shot. Here we go. Razor's a 3. We check the KD number. It's a 2. We know that that is a 4-point punch. So he gets a 4-point punch. Usyk, he staggered him again. He stays in control. Usyk, oh, he lands another power shot. He's really loading up on him. Here we go. Oh, this is trouble. That's a 20. And it goes against a 3 on the KD1. So we go down here to 20, and we go to 3, and that is a knockdown. He knocked him down. So down goes Ruddock. Usyk nailed him. Okay, he gets knocked down in round 2. Okay, now we have to check for the knockout. So there is a KOR number. His KO number is 2. So if we check this one for the knockout, and he gets a KOR number of 15. So we check 15 on 2. You're looking for another K. A 15 on 2 is a 5H. He does not get it. They do a count, and the count is a 7 count. That's important for his recovery. So we mark that down, 7 count. And Usyk goes to Killer Instinct. He has an 8 on his fighter card right here for Killer Instinct. So he gets 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the bell's going to ring. So he's not going to get his full Killer Instinct, but he has control. So now he just starts seeing if he can land punches. His first one is a 56, which is clinching. So he clinches. Now he does a 4. It's another power shot. Before I go any further, we have to add, because Ruddock got knocked down, KD1 and KD2, 3 plus 3, his new knockdown number is right now is a 6. Well, he's very susceptible to getting knocked down again. Okay, so he lands the power shot. So now we're going to see what it is. Oh, it's a 2 on 6 is another 4-point punch. And then his last card is a 63, which is a clinch. Nope, it's a ring movement, but it doesn't matter because they didn't move. All right. Wow. There's some excitement for you. Okay, we got some things to do here at the end of this round. First thing is he scored 14-4, so that's 10. He wins the round automatically anyway. But because it's a knockdown, it's a 10-8 round. So he scored 10-8. We're going to, Ruddock scored 4 and he missed 2 punches. That's 6 off of 69. His endurance for Usyk is 63. Usyk scored 14. Ruddock missed 1. That's 15 for him. So 11 minus 5 is 6, and 5 minus 1, that's 46. So Ruddock's endurance is down to 46. Usyk is still at 63. Okay, before we go any further, we're going to take this deck. We're going to shuffle it up. We're going to use it because we got to check to see how did he recover okay on the knockdown recovery table. Okay, so here we are, right here. And we have this knockdown recovery table, and he's a 7. So no carryover is a random number of 1 to 52. He gets, oh, it's a 73. It carried over. Okay, that means he's still wobbly from the knockdown. And in that case, the KD2 and the KD1 remain the same. And I forgot to do something. I forgot to give Usyk his 6 points when he knocked him down. So his score was actually 20, not 14. He gets 6 when you knock a fighter down, so that makes him 21 for the math, which reduces him to 40 on his endurance. Thought that score looked low. Okay, that's the end of round 2. That's over. And now we're going to mark him. He stays a 6 on his KD1. He's in trouble, Ruddock is. 8. He's a 10, 7, 32, 8, 1 and a 5. Okay, we're coming up on round 3. And we'll bring up the next deck of cards. We'll give them a quick shuffle here. All right, here we go. We're ready for round 3. The action's fast and furious. Ruddock still doesn't look too good coming off of that round. And here we go. Ruddock does check for control. He gets control. He needs it. And 44, he missed the punch, but no counter punch. Okay. And Ruddock loses control. And Usyk does not get control. And Ruddock, he gets control. Ruddock's got control. And he gets a 30. He lands a punch. And this punch is a 11. And an 11 is a 2-point jab for Ruddock. Ruddock gets control. And Ruddock takes a possible injury. Okay, so we check the next card and we check it for the injury. And it is no injury. Treat this just as a break in the action, no effect. Okay. Ruddock loses control. Usyk gets control. Okay, Usyk, 23, he lands a punch. And it is a 78, and a 78 is a 2-point uppercut. Usyk loses control. Donovan does not get control. Usyk does not get control. Donovan does not get control. Usyk does not get control. Nothing happening in the fight. Donovan, he gets control. And possible foul. Okay, we check him for the foul. He's a B. 38, that's a no foul. Donovan loses control. Usyk does not get control. Donovan gets control. And he lands a punch with a 31. And that punch is a 20. And the 20 is a 3-point hook. He lands a good sharp hook. But he loses control. And Usyk does not get control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk, he gets control. Usyk has control. He lands a punch. And this punch is a 12. And a 12 is a 2-point jab. All right, Usyk loses control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk gets control. Usyk, oh, he lands the power shot. Here we go. This is a KD on 6. The KD number's a 4. So we can take this across here. This is 6, and we got a 4. A 4 on 6 is still just a 4-point. He staggered him again, but he didn't get him down. He didn't hurt him. Usyk loses control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk does not get control. Ruddock, he gets control. And, oh, he lands a power shot. Okay, here we go. Usyk is a 1. His number's a 6. And I can tell you 6 on 1 is a 4-point shot. So he hits him with a 4. Okay. Ruddock stays in control. Ruddock, 39, he missed the punch. But no counter punch. Ruddock loses control. Usyk does not get control. Ruddock does not get control. And that's the bell. The end of the round. It is a 9-8 round right now in favor of Ruddock. So we're going to see what the judges say. We're going to shuffle this deck. And then we're going to cut for the judges' decision. Here we go. And the judges say high, high, and low. So that scores for Ruddock. High is a 10. High, 10. Low is a 9. And for Usyk, he gets a 9, a 9, and a 10 for judge number 3. So judge 3 thought it was that Usyk actually won that round. Okay. That's the end of that round. Now we add up their stamina. Let's see. Ruddock scored 9. Usyk did not miss any punches. So he has 9, comes off of him, drops him down to 54. And Ruddock missed 2 and he had 8, so he scores 10. And 10 off of 40, he's down to 30. Okay, 9, 10, 34, 8, 6, 5, and 10, 7, 32, 8, 1, 5. And Ruddock recovers from the knockdown carryover. So his KD1 is back to 3. Okay, so we get him reset again. We're coming up here for round 4. Get this reset. We got round 4. This is what I like about having the 2 decks. I can play 4 rounds before I have to sit here and shuffle everything again. Okay, here we go. All right, Ruddock starts us off, and Ruddock does not get control. Usyk got control, and Usyk does ring movement, and he goes to the near corner. Okay, so Usyk's got him in the corner. So I show that with Usyk being on the outside and Ruddock against the ropes. Now, in the corner, when they get somebody on the corner, Usyk sluggers get +2 to their control factor. A boxer gets a +1. Usyk is a slugger, so his control is now 12 while he keeps him on the ropes. He loses control. Ruddock gets control. And Ruddock 68. That's a movement for Ruddock. And Ruddock goes back to the ring center, so he's had enough of sitting in the corner. Okay, Ruddock, he gets control. And Ruddock does a 46, which is a miss punch. Usyk's going to take a counter punch. He's a 30 + 5, so 36. He gets an 80. He does not get the counter punch. Razor stays in control. Oh, he lands a punch, and it is a 4, and a 4 is a 2-point jab. All right, Ruddock stays in control. Ruddock, oh, he lands the power shot. Okay, he gets a chance at him, and it's an 8, and an 8 on 1 is a 4-pointer, so he scores 4 points. He got his attention, though, and Ruddock stays in control. And Ruddock 66 is another movement to ring center, so they stay in the center of the ring. Ruddock loses control. Usyk gets control, and Usyk, 13, he lands the punch, and it is a 24, and a 24 is a 3-point hook. And he loses control, Usyk does, and now Ruddock does not get control. Usyk does not get control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk does not get control. Nobody's doing anything. Ruddock, he got control. And 43, he missed the punch, but no counter punch. And he loses control. And Usyk gets control. And Usyk, oh, he lands a power shot. Here he comes. It's a 13 on 3. Okay, so we have a 13 on to 3 is a 5H. 5H, rocked by that tremendous punch. Score 5 points, and he gets automatic control for the next card. So he goes up to 8, and he's in control. So Usyk throws. Here goes his random number. Oh, he might have committed a foul. He is a B on 12, no foul. Okay. Usyk loses control. Ruddock gets control. Ruddock 62, he is clinching. Ruddock stays in control. And Ruddock throws a 52. That is another clinch. And he loses control. And Usyk lands a punch with a 32. And that is a 1 PB. PB means partially blocked, so he only scored 1 point. Usyk stays in control. A 76. He's going to move. He stays in ring center, and he stays in control, but that's the end of the round. This is a 9-6 round, so we're going to have to go to the judges again. We'll shuffle the deck a little bit. All right, and let's cut for the judges. It is high, high, high. They all saw it the way the scorecard was. 10-9 for Usyk. 10, 10, 10. Okay. And let's see. Ruddock scored 6. Usyk didn't miss any punches. So he'll be down to a 48. And he scored 9. And Ruddock missed 2, so that's 11. So he's down to 19 now. This is the last round that he's disadvantaged against this left-hander. But it's cost him a lot getting there. 10, 7, 32, 8, 1, 5. Okay. All right, I got to pause this while I shuffle. All right, we got them shuffled. Here we go. Let's bring the first deck over. Whoops. Ah, gee whiz. Come on, come on. Had them shoveled. Okay, I'm shuffling out here instead of up close. That's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. All right, round 5. Here we go. Ruddock starts off in control. And Ruddock, 39. He missed the punch. He's been missing punches lately. Ruddock stays in control. Ruddock, possible foul. And he gets a foul card, so there's no foul. Okay, Ruddock loses control. Usyk does not get control. Ruddock gets control. And a 56 is a clinch. Ruddock stays in control. Ruddock, 44, missed the punch, but no counterpunch. Ruddock loses control. Usyk, he gets control. And Usyk scores a 12. That lands a punch for a 40 and a possible cut. All right, a 40 is a 3-point cross. That's a wicked cross. We check, add 2 to the cut. So 67 makes that a 69 on the cut. A 69 is major swelling under the left eye. Badly restricts vision. +2 to defense, -2 to punches landed. And it's a 2 for damage. Okay. So he has 69 swelling under left eye. Okay. Now, he gets a +2 to his defense. So Usyk's punches landed go up to 34. So his defense isn't as good. And he gets a -2 to his punches landed. So that goes down to 32 now. Okay. All right, here we go. Usyk is in control. He stays in control. Usyk lands a punch. This one is an 80. That's a 2-point uppercut. Usyk stays in control. Usyk, a possible injury. We check for the injury. No injury on that card. All right. Usyk loses control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk does not get control. Ruddock gets control. Okay. And Ruddock, 65, he does ring movement. Ring center. He stays in the center of the ring where he stays in control. And a possible foul. It's a 26. That's no foul. Ruddock loses control. Usyk gets control. Usyk with a 12. He lands the punch. And the punch is a 22, which is another 3-point hook. Usyk stays in control. And, oh, he lands the power shot. Here we go. It is a 12 on a 3. So I'm looking at 12, coming across to 3. That is a 5. That punch buckled his knees, score 5 points. So he scores 5 points, but no killer instinct. Okay, Usyk stays in control. Possible foul. 61 on a B is no foul. He loses control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk does not have control. Ruddock gets control. He lands a punch, finally. It's an 11, which is a 2-point jab. Ruddock loses control. Usyk, no control, and no control. That's the end of the round. It is 13-2, which is an 11-point round, so that's a 10-9 round for Usyk. So 10-9. Let's see, Ruddock scored 2, and he didn't miss any punches, so he only took 2 off his endurance. Usyk's down to 46. Usyk scored 13, and he missed 2. That's 15. Ruddock is down to 4 left on his endurance now. Now, this round, his control goes back to 10. Usyk stays where he was. All right, we're ready now to get going with round 6. We'll pull this one out of the way. And here we come with round 6. All right, round 6. Ruddock starts him off. He's in control. He lands a punch. It's a 24. That's a 2-point hook. Ruddock loses control. Usyk gets control. Usyk lands a punch. It's a number 1. That's a nice 3-point jab. Nice clean jab. Usyk loses control. Ruddock gets control. Ruddock, 55, he clinches. Ruddock stays in control. And a 29, he lands the punch. This is a 26, a 2-point hook. Ruddock stays in control. And he lands another punch. And it is a 1 partial block. Okay, it's 1 point. But he stays in control. And he lands a power shot. Here we go. It's a 3 on a 1 is a 4-point shot. He's up to 9. Ruddock stays in control. And he moves. And he moves to the near corner. So Ruddock puts him in the corner. Okay. He gains 2 on his control. So 18, he loses control. Usyk gets control. Usyk does 64, which is a movement. And he goes back to ring center. Usyk's out of that corner. Usyk gets control. And 21, he lands the punch. And it is a 66. And a 66 is a 3-point uppercut. Oh, he hit him hard with that one. Usyk loses control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk does not get control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk gets control. And a 48 is a missed punch. And Ruddock gets to try his counter punch. He's a 32 plus 5 is a 37. It's a foul. No, he does not. Okay, Usyk stays in control. And Usyk lands a punch, a 13. And it is a 1 partial block. So he goes up to 7. Usyk stays in control. And he lands a punch. And it is a 44. And a 44 is a 2-point cross. He stays in control. He lands a punch. It is a 30. It's a 42. Looked at the wrong number. That's a 3-point cross. Usyk's coming on at the end of the round. He gets control. 38, he missed the punch. Usyk loses control. No to Donovan. No to Usyk and no to Donovan. Okay, end of the round. It is 12-9. So we're going to have to go to the judges, see what they think of that round. Oh, come on. And here we go. And the judges say high, even, low. Okay. So that would be high is a 9 for Ruddock, even and low. High for Usyk, even in the middle, and low goes to Ruddock. Okay. Now, Ruddock scored 9 and he missed 2. That's 11. So he'll be down to 35. And he scored 12. He didn't miss any. That's all of Ruddock's endurance. So he's out of endurance. So now what we have to do is we have to go to this side of the card, the fatigue side, and reset him. So the things that changed are highlighted. I really like that. It helps me. I don't have to look through the whole card. If he was fighting a boxer, he would have lost control. But against a slugger, he doesn't. His hitting power goes down by 2, and his punches missed or increased by 2 because of that. Okay, so he stays at 10. His hitting power stays. Nope, his hitting power dropped to 9. And his punches landed dropped down to 30. His aggressiveness does not change. His KD1 does not change. And his counter punch does not change. Usyk is still the same. 10, 7, 34, 8, 1, and 5. Okay, so now he's fighting a fatigued Donovan Ruddock. All right, here we go. This is round 7. All right, here we go. Round 7. Bell rings. Ruddock comes out, and he's in control. Ruddock's in control. Oh, possible foul. And it is a 68. And a 68 on a B is the referee stops the action and issues a stern warning. Okay, so we make note of that. Warning for 68. If he gets 3 of those warnings, then he can have a point deducted. Okay. Ruddock, a 9. He stays in control. 57, he clinches. 11, he loses control. Usyk, a 9. He gets control. And Usyk, 23, he lands the punch. And it is a 3. And a 3 is a 2-point jab. So Usyk lands the first punch of the round. He loses control with a 16. Ruddock, 8. He gets control. And a 78. He's going to move. And he moves in ring center. And he loses control with a 13. Usyk, 17. No. Ruddock, he gets a 1. He has control. Oh, it's a power shot with a 1. And he gets a 3 on a 1. That's a 4-pointer. He got his attention again. He stays in control. And a 66, he's going to move. And he stays in ring center. And loses control. Usyk, no, he does not get control. Ruddock, he gets control. And Ruddock, 42, he missed the punch. No counter punch, though. And he loses control with a 12. Usyk gets control. And Usyk lands a punch. And it is an 18 and a cut. 18 is a 3-point hook. And we check him for the cut. We're going to add 2 to 64, makes that a 66. Minor swelling under the right eye. Okay, 66. Swelling under his right eye. Okay, and that's a damage of 1. So his damage points are up to 3 right now. No danger of being stopped. And vision blurring +1 to his cut rating. So his cut rating goes up. +1. So his cut rating now is going to be a 3 instead of a 2. And you have to remember that one, guy. You got it written down, but I hope I don't forget if it comes to him again. Okay, Usyk. He stays in control. 33 lands that punch. And a 58 is a 2-point combination. Usyk loses controls. Ruddock, a 60. He clinches. And then he loses control. Usyk gets control. On a 51, he clinches. And then he loses control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk does not get control. Ruddock gets control. And he, 32, missed the punch. So Ruddock can't hit him now. He's tired. He gets control. And a 72, he's going to move. And he moves him to ring center. And he loses control. As Usyk does not get control. Ruddock does not. And Usyk gets control, but the bell rings. Okay, Usyk's up 7-4. So we're going to have to see what the judges say for the card here. All right, and the judges say, oh, low, even, high. Okay, so low, even, high. Low, even, high. All right. He's at 10. Let's see, he scored 4. He didn't miss any. He's down to 31. Can't wear him out. He's not scoring enough against him. 38, 3, and a 5. 10, 7, 34, 8, 1, and a 5. All right. That's the end of that round. And here we go for round number 8. This is a 10-round fight, by the way. All right, here we go. Okay, Ruddock starts him off. 10, he's in control. Oh, 17, he lands the punch. And it is a 40. And a 40 is a nice 3-point cross. And then Ruddock loses control. Usyk gets control. And Usyk, possible injury. No injury. Okay. Usyk loses control. Ruddock, no. Usyk, no. Ruddock, 6. Yes, he gets control. And he gets a 37, which is another missed punch. And Ruddock stays in control. And a 15, he lands the punch. Man, it's an 8. A nice little 2-point jab. And then he loses control as Usyk gets control. And Usyk, 79, he moves. And he moves to the far corner. Usyk's got him in his corner. Usyk stays in control. And he lands a punch. He's got him in the corner. And it's a 34. He lands a little hook to his ribs. He stays in control. And a possible foul on Usyk. And it's a 55. No foul. Okay, Usyk stays in control. And it's an 11. He lands the punch for a 42, which is a 3-point cross. Usyk stays in control. He's on him now. And a 73. He's going to move. Usyk takes him to the near ropes. Okay, he stays on him. Usyk loses control. Bo does not get it. Ruddock. Usyk, no. Ruddock gets control. 12, he lands a punch. It's an 18. An 18's a 3-point hook. Oh, he lands a nice hook. And Ruddock stays in control. And he gets a possible foul. A 74 on a B. 74 on a B. Stops the action and warns him. So that's his second warning. Warned him for 74 this time. Okay, that's 2 he's been warned about. Ruddock stays in control. Oh, he gets a special card. Okay, special action. Nothing special occurs. Okay, nothing happened. Ruddock stays in control. 71, he moves. And it's to the near rope, so he spins him around on the ropes. He gains 2, but it's not enough to stay in control. Usyk, no. And that's it, the end of the round. The bell rings, and Ruddock is up 8 to 5. I have to see what the judges say here. You can see Ruddock's got a little better control. He's starting to fight a little better now. I don't know if it'll be enough to come back. High, high, low. So that's for Ruddock. So he goes high, high, and low. He goes high, high, and low. All right, Ruddock scored 8, no missed punches. So 31 minus 8 is 23, and he scored 5, and 1 missed punch was a 6. Doesn't matter because Ruddock's at 0 anyway, so that doesn't matter what he scores there. 10, 9, 30, 8, 3, 5, and 10, 7, 34, 8, 1, and 5. Okay, we're ready for the final 2 rounds. I got to shuffle one of these decks up, so I'll do that real quick, and then I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Round 9. Get the cards are shuffled, and here we go. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk does not get control. Ruddock does not get control. Usyk gets control. Usyk has control. He lands a punch. It is a 74, which is a 2-point uppercut. Usyk stays in control. 36, he missed the punch. All right, Usyk loses control. Ruddock does not get it. Usyk, no. Ruddock gets control. 65, he's going to move to ring center, and he stays in control. And a 63, he clinches, but he stays in control. And an 11, he lands the punch. And it's a 79, a 2-point uppercut. He stays in control, and he gets a possible foul. A 78 this time. A 78, the referee calls time and indicates to the judges to deduct a point. Okay, so this is a foul. 78. He's going to be -1 point. I got to remember that. Put a little note over here, -1. Okay, and after 3 warnings, add +5 to the result check. So he's got 2 warnings and a foul. I think the same thing happens there. Okay, here comes Ruddock. He stays in control, and he takes a possible injury. No injury. All right. Ruddock stays in control, and a 21. He lands a punch, and it's a 17, a 3-point hook. Hits him cleanly, stays in control. Oh, he lands the power shot. It is an 18 on 1. Let's see what that does. 18 on 1 is 5F. A clean shot almost dropped him. 5 points plus full killer instinct. So he scores 5 points, and he gets 8 cards for his killer instinct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Well, he hit him hard. Now let's see what he can do. And he does movement to the near ropes. So he's got him on the ropes now. He does movement again. Back to the near corner. Okay, he's got him in his corner. He goes 42. He missed the punch. So he's whittled away on the 67. He does movement. Back onto the near ropes again. And an 11. He lands the punch finally. And it is a 39. And a 39 is another 3-pointer. All right. Ruddock's giving him some fight now. And he stays in control. And a 48. He missed the punch. And Usyk gets to counter punch. A foul, no counter punch. Ruddock stays in control. And he lands another punch. And it's a 71, which is a 3-point uppercut. Oh, he's pouring it on him now. He stays in control. He gets a 70. It's a movement. Back to ring center. He loses control. Usyk gets control, but that's the end of the round. And it is 16-2, which is 14. Razor Ruddock wins that round. but he loses a point from the judges, which is going to make it a 9-9 round. Wow. His best round, but that foul cost him. He scored 16. He missed one, is 17. So he's down to 6. He almost wore him out there. He scored 2 and 2 is 4. Okay, we're going into the last round. 10, 9, 38, 3, 5. And 10, 7, 34, 8, 1, 5. Okay. Here we go. Last round. Get everything reset. It's the final round. Ruddock really needs a knockout. For sure, a knockdown. But this is a guy that does not go down very easy. So we come out, 10th and final round. The boxers come to the center of the ring. The bell rings. They touch gloves. And here we go. And Ruddock gets control. So Ruddock starts off, and he lands a punch. So he comes right out, and it is a 24, which is a 2-point hook. Ruddock gets control. Ruddock, possible foul. He's had trouble here, 62. Ooh, he only gets cautioned. All right. Oh, no. I have to add 5 to that. 67. He gets warned again. So he gets warned at 67. Okay. Ruddock loses control. Usyk gets control. Usyk moves. And he goes to the near rope. So Usyk has him on the ropes, but he loses control. No to Ruddock. Usyk gets control. Usyk lands a power shot, and it is a 12 on 3, and that is a 5. So he scores a 5-point punch. Buckled his knees. Usyk stays in control. He lands a punch, and it is a 21, a 3-point hook. Usyk's coming out firing now. He's in control. A 68. He's going to move and go to the far ropes. So he keeps him on the ropes. Usyk stays in control because he's a +2 for having him on the ropes. He lands another power shot. It's a 13. A 13 on a 3 is a 5-8. Rocked by that, score 5 points in automatic control. He's up to 13 and he's in control. He does a 49, which is a clinch. Then he stays in control and he gets a possible foul, and it's a 32, no foul. All right, Usyk loses control. Ruddock, no. Usyk, he's back in control. A 53, he clinches. He stays in control. Usyk lands another power shot. It's a 16 on 3 is 5F. There it is. A clean shot almost drops him. 5 points, 18 to 18, and he gets full Killer Instinct. 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. Usyk is all over him here in the final round. He lands another power shot. It is a 20 on 3. He drops him. Ruddock goes down. He's knocked down again. Knocked down. Round 10. We're checking for the knockout. Here we go. It is a KOR of 7 on 3. 7 on 3 is not a knockout. Okay. And we need the count, and the count is a 7 count. It's another 7 count. All right. Here he goes. And now his number is a 6 for his KD1, because we had that together. And he lands a punch. And it is a 29. Oh, he scored 6 for the knockout. Or for the knockdown, I mean. So 6 and 18 is 24. He lands a 29. That's a 2-point shot. He lands this punch. It's a 70. It's a 3-point uppercut. 29. Wow, they almost got to the point where they were going to check. Oh, his fight's not over. What am I talking about? Here we go. Usyk loses control. Oh, after the knockdown, they came back to ring center. No to Ruddock. Usyk gets control. Oh, he moves to the far ropes. He puts him on the ropes again. He loses control, and that's it. The fight's over. Ruddock avoided being knocked out, but he was knocked down. It's another 10-8 round for Usyk. They're hugging in the center of the ring, but I can tell you, we can look at this. Ruddock lost the fight. It's a decision. Okay. All right. That's how the game works. For those of you that are new to this game, I know I've had some comments where you guys are like, man, that looks confusing. You play a few times. This is the basic game, right? With a couple optional rules or advanced rules. No judge, no referee cards, none of that stuff. So this is the way to get started. Pick a couple fighters, fight them, see how it goes. This was an exciting fight. Rough fight. Really thought Ruddock might pull it out, but he couldn't do it. Usyk's chin's just too much for him right now. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the fight. We'll probably have another one down the road here a little bit. And as always, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And please give me a thumbs up and like my video. All right. I'll see you guys next time.